Hey, you guys, Oberyn Mooney, and holy crap, so much to talk about, so little to talk about. I don't know what to feel right now. All I can say is I'm trying to consolidate everything that we just saw. I mean, this has been holy crap. Okay, for anyone that saw the next on and that kind of stuff, I think you know what I'm gonna be like super stoked for, and it's the finally that we're looks like we're gonna get the Tower of Joy scene. I mean, it looks already pretty cool. I'm not too stoked on like how they had the Kingsguard looking. Their armor looked a little bit too silvery for me. But then again, this might be a dream. This might be, there could be a whole bunch of things going. I mean, who knows? I'm figuring that we're going to see Bran, um, just because in Bran's storyline they already kind of like affirmed that he's like looking into the past, and they established Lyanna, which is a big. I mean, we're really coming close to some big stuff, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this is like I know like this is kind of like stupid to get like that excited about, but like honestly, like it's just really awesome to see like a lot of stuff that you've theorized kind of coming to pass. Like boom, okay, let's just jump right into it. Uh, I'll go. I'm gonna do the whole Castle Black. Like I'm gonna talk about all of Castle Black, and then I'll talk about all the other parts. Just because I don't want to like be skipping back and forth. Basically, I don't know for anyone that watched my predictions video today. Castle Black kind of went down exactly how I thought it was going to be, and that's basically the wildlings come in, basically kick some ass. I thought they were going to kill Ollie and Thorm just like right there. Tormund, I mean, that would have been amazing if Tormund just like straight up beheaded them. Uh, I really think that since we're not going to get that, we're probably going to get the Ed fetch me a block scene. Because I mean, I think it's just going to be, like we're going to see a whole different kind of John. I mean, at least from what I think. I mean, because now they're saying, oh, they think that you're some kind of god. I mean, now John is definitely going to be looked at as kind of like a messiah savior figure. Will he be the same Jon Snow? Um, who knows? Because with the whole Melisandre thing, I felt like that thing was super played out. Though I mean, I don't know how you guys felt, but like I felt it was like the oh 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 we all leave the room. Oh, oh, it didn't work. Like they seriously stretched out that moment for as long as they could. Like Tormund had to leave the room, then like Melisandre had to leave the room, then like Ed had to leave the room, and then Davos finally had to leave the room. And like, I mean, I get the whole thing. It's really dramatic because Jon Snow is supposed to be the like, Jon Snow is Jon Snow. I mean, he's like the hero of the series. Debatable, like if there is a hero of the series, but he would be it. I mean, if you had to pick. Um, Anyway, I thought the way, yeah, I seriously thought the way that they did it was pretty low, like low production value. Like seriously, like you couldn't have shown some cool fire magic. I mean, we have all this White Walker stuff, and they get like the snow and all this presence and atmosphere, and even and they even like I don't know if you guys saw the subtle changes to the Children of the Forest. That's new. Like they looked really creepy. But anyway, like I'm jumping around too far. Okay, Castle Black. Um, the whole Melisandre thing, I don't like the way Davos was just kind of like, hey, Melisandre, maybe you have magic that'll bring him back. Like maybe, like you just killed like one of like a daughter that someone that was like a daughter to me. Like you burned her at the stake, but it's cool. Like hey, um, that whole thing was a little bit like, eh. Okay, so the Castle Black thing, stoked that Jon Snow was back. Basically went down exactly as they thought through fire magic. This is basically, I think will go down the same exact way in the book. Um, Except that the wildlings, obviously, you guys know the character differences. Obviously, Ollie, or the Ollie in the book is different than Ollie in the show, and didn't really have anything to do with whatever. But basically, I think the broad strokes is I think the wildlings will end up storming Castle Black, even in the book. They will protect John's corpse, and then he will get brought back by a Melisandre who will use fire magic, or the same thing that Thoros used to resurrect Dondarrion. Anyway, going now lower north, but still north. Holy shit, Roose Bolton is dead. Ding dong, the Roose is dead. Holy crap. I don't know, like, if anyone else had, like, the same reaction, but I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like I felt like a owl. Like I was owling it, dude. Like I was like, who? Like what? Who's dying? Like at first I didn't know who was stabbed. I thought that he had stabbed Ramsay, but like then Ramsay pulled like a Roose on Roose Bolton. Basically, this is not how I think. I think Roose and Ramsay in the books, like maybe I think there is a high chance that one of them will die because of they will be betrayed. I don't think it'll be like a Roose betraying Ramsay or Ramsay betraying Roose type of thing. In the book, neither of them seem that kind of like that against each other. In the show, they really made it like they really amped up the animosity between Roose and Ramsay. Um, in the book, the animosity is still there, but Roose is much more cold. He doesn't really care about Ramsay. He has bigger things to worry about. Um, I could see Roose dying and being betrayed, maybe even by Ramsay if he goes completely crazy in the books. But this was just a big turn. Like holy shit. Okay, and like the way oh god, the way that it was just so Ramsay. You know what I mean? Like, hey, what does Ramsay do? He kills his dad and he feeds his stepmom and little brother to the hounds. Okay, like that's just Ramsay. It's just Ramsay things. Hashtag Ramsay things. Bolton household. Uh, like keeping up with the Kardashians, it should be like keeping up with the fucking Boltons, man. Like, like, oh god, that'd be a sadistic show, but amazing. Anyway, yeah. So basically, the Boltons have ipso, I mean, de facto rule of the North. Even though it seems that the North is basically just going to be falling apart. Yeah, the Karstarks with the Boltons, but then you have Jon coming back, and then you have who if you like you guys saw in the next on, who knows what that gift is going to be to the Boltons? Do you think it'll be Rickon? I don't think. I hope it won't be Rickon. I hope it be Osha, but not Rickon because I just could not handle Rickon dying right now. Oh, okay, kind of going like in the north again, but this time far north. Bran, dude. Okay, so now we have Bran. This is basically right where the book stopped with Bran. He is now going in the past. You have Mira, who is very kind of like depressed. In the books, remember, even Jojen is alive. But we think that even in the books, Jojen might be dead at this point because basically his whole thing was just to get Bran to the third three-eyed raven. That was his whole like story arc and whatever. Um, but they bring up Hodor, which I think is crazy because even in the book, there's a lot of mystery about who Hodor is, what he is in the story, who he will be. Um, I think personally, what I think Bran will be a huge warrior essence through Hodor. I think Hodor is kind of like an empty vessel, maybe through like a brain injury, maybe through some sort of like mental illness. Just because George R. R. Martin really doesn't skimp on disabled people in these books or even in the stories. Like he has real disabled people, people with missing limbs, people who have deep depression, deep anxieties, and that kind of stuff all throughout the book. So for Hodor to be kind of like a functioning person who maybe just like went through something very traumatic, especially for in the show, because that's basically what they're saying. Is they're saying that Hodor was like this big kid who could talk and everything, and who was even friends with Lyanna and Ned and Benjen and that kind of stuff. Um, Compared to Book Hodor, from all we know is that basically he might be related to Old Nan, but he was always just hodoring around. Like, like his name was, I think they changed his name to Wallace or Willis. Yeah, they changed his name to Willis in the show, even though his name is Walter in the books. So, Will Hodor, I really think that Hodor is just going to be like an equivalent of the Mountain. Um, Even though the mountain is even supposed to be bigger than Hodor. But I think he will be like a huge warrior for Bran, because I mean I think that's basically going to be Bran's avatar. Like there's just a lot of foreshadowing about Bran wanting to be a knight. He wants to be a warrior. He's already taken over Hodor, kind of molded him, if you would say, and that kind of stuff. So I really think that there's a good chance that Hodor and Mira will come into like the fight. And that Bran will really be on a kind of like physical and magical level, like fighting. Um, but we'll see. I'm just really glad that they brought him back into the fold. Just real quick interjection though, Holy crap! What was up with the Children of the Forest though? They give me a really creepy vibe. Like I know that even George R. R. Martin said that we don't know that if the Children of the Forest are necessarily like the good guys that they make themselves out to be, but in this they just they looked almost sinister, dude. Like they almost looked like I don't even know, like they were like undead in some way. I mean, that's the only way that could really explain it. I really don't know why they I mean, the way that they portrayed them at the end of the fourth season, I believe that's when we last saw Bran, um, or I honestly can't remember now, and that kind of stuff. But the end of the fourth, yeah, I believe it was the end of the fourth season was when we last saw Bran. Um, yeah, like that was perfectly fine. Like I thought that worked as the Children of the Forest. So why would they make them look more sinister? Like that's something I kind of posed to you guys because as far as the Children of the Forest go, I never really felt like they were good or bad. I just kind of felt like they were these like entities that you like, like they look like they could be cute, but they might be like really really powerful and like mischievous. Who knows? Um, Point is, Bran. I believe Bran is no matter what going to be on the good side, but I don't know if the people around him have ulterior motives or whatnot. Going back down, King's Landing. Um, don't really understand the story arcs that are going on in there. Really like that we saw kind of like I said on my predictions video for some foreshadowing. Did see like Robert Strong kind of finally kill someone, like like he's a total Frankenstein monster, and glad to see that like Cersei is now kind of having this like very like she looks subdued, but you can tell that just beneath the surface a lot of fury and a lot of pain and crazy is just there. And so like Tommen is just basically losing his shit. I mean, dude, you've now seen both of your siblings and your grandfather and the dude that you thought was your father, um, like all dead in front of you, and all of them are murdered. Like basically the whole kid's family's been like getting murked. You know what I mean? Like, and now he just has his crazy mom and like his incestuous dad uncle, which is just terrible. I mean, like Tommen, I feel for the kid. Even in the books, like he's just like this Lannister that's like good-hearted, and not that Marcella was bad or ill-hearted, but I just feel like she was a little bit more fierce. You know what I mean? Like she had a little bit more fire in her. Rest in peace, Marcella. Though, man, I'm still so sad about that. I'm pretty sure in the book she's doomed. I'm pretty sure all the Lannister kids are doomed. So I mean, really, I don't know if they'll kill off Tommen this season. It right now all bets are off, man, because I didn't think they would kill off Roose. They did. They're killing. I mean, they're bringing back Jon Snow. They're killing off Roose. A whole bunch of things. All right, going with King's Landing. Oh, I guess I'll talk about Jaime and Tommen. Jaime's trying to be like this dad now, and I don't know if I really like it because it doesn't really have anything to do with his redemption arc. Like, I feel like Jaime, they kind of don't know what the hell to do with show Jaime. They're kind of like, let's make him go to Dorne, and he'll kind of be a dad to his kids now. But at the same point in time, he's trying to protect his family, but he's kind of like making it more obvious that he is their father, you know, and kind of like the whole thing with the High Sparrow and Jaime, like, did Jaime not realize that the High Sparrow, like, it just seems very weird for Jaime's character, whether it be show Jaime or book Jaime, to be unaware that the Sparrow is so powerful. Like, when he was threatening the Sparrow, I thought it was going to be like, okay, he's really showing how angry he is about how everything is going down. Like, he just lost another child. Cersei, the woman he loves, is like this emotional wreck. Um, but like it just kind of seemed like he was like trying to act tough and then did act tough but then got scared because he didn't realize who he was messing with, and it's like that's not Jaime Lannister. Like, yes, sometimes his mouth gets the better of him, but like this is the redeemed Jaime Lannister. This is the wise Jaime Lannister. I know show Jaime is very different. Like he hasn't really done shit in his redemption arc in the show at all. Like he's kind of like had a conversation with Loras, but then that's kind of the way they like dropped it. And then he kind of went to Dorne, which wasn't even redemption. It was just him trying to get back with Cersei. But anyway, yeah. But Jaime, I'm really kind of pissed what they did in the show. I still feel like they ruined. There's nothing that they've given in the show that has proven to me, oh yeah, they really shouldn't have done the whole Stoneheart or the whole Riverlands thing with him. Because this I'm sorry, but it's a really crappy story. I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend anyone. If you like it, if you do like it, this is just my opinion. I'm, maybe it is great, and I'm missing something. Who knows? I just feel like Dorn and Jamie, crappy stories. I don't see why they even went away from the book at all. All right, this is turning into a kind of long video, so I'm going to wrap it up. Bravos. Crazy. Arya is now kind of being brought back in, and she's getting further in the Faceless Men Guild, or the House of Black and White, whatever you call it. Um, there's nothing really new to talk about. I mean, it's the same thing that we knew from the books. She's getting further in her training. Even though she killed someone, they still accepted her back, which makes me think that in the House of Black and White there is some wiggle room. Like I kind of ask myself, okay, if Arya were to go rogue and like just become an assassin that killed people that she purely wanted to kill, would they really go after her, or would they just be like, hey, that's not cool. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. Or, I mean, would they really like kill her for breaking the rules? I don't know. I think they would kill her just because, one kill is one thing, but learning all their stuff and then going rogue is a completely other. It could like completely take out their whole organization. But so anyway, Bravos is basically going down the way that I thought it would be. They're not really spending that much time like developing the characters, or like giving you any real story there. Didn't see anything from Dany. However, we did see Marine. We did see dragons. Tyrion interacting with dragons has been one thing I've been dying to see, even in the books or in the show. In the books, there is a sample chapter out where you see Tyrion see the dragons during the Battle of Marine, which doesn't really seem to be happening at all in the show. So I'm not going to confuse you guys. But anyway, so it's really cool for Tyrion to have interactions with the dragons in this sense of like really seeing them and touching them. You get to really feel how he does have a love for them. I think that's awesome. I mean, I think Tyrion is one of those people that I really root for. And even though now I feel like he's kind of, he was a guy that had a purpose, and now his purpose is just kind of seeing where life takes him, and then just making the best of his surroundings. Like basically him and Varys. I mean, what's the point now? Like even Tyrion said himself, like, well, we're not sailing for Westeros anytime soon. I mean, it's like it's kind of like, is Daenerys ever really gonna go to Westeros? I mean, if they're only gonna do 7 seasons and it's already 2 episodes into a 10 episode show, and they completely skipped over her in the second episode, I really feel it's like, unless they're gonna close this season with her going to Westeros, I say that Daenerys might not ever go to Westeros, or if she does, it'll be not in the capacity of like being a conqueror by any means. But anyway, that's a different. Yeah, with Tyrion, really feel like it's cool. The whole dragons thing was I think great foreshadowing to see where Marine's gonna go. Does that mean that we will have dragon riders in Marine? Does that mean that Tyrion will want to try? What is that? There's so many things that it means. Like now, at least we know now that Tyrion and dragons get along okay. Like even in the books, we know that Tyrion likes dragons, but we don't know if the dragons would even like him. It Since they like him, does that mean something? Opens up the new question. This opens up a whole lot of new questions, since we do confirm that Tyrion and the dragons can at least have an okay relationship. Okay, to end it with, I feel like what was one of really the most exciting things, and to see something like done from the book, really kind of done well. Um, Iron Islands. I waited to kind of do the whole Sansa and Brienne thing, and Theon obviously, to kind of wrap it in with the Iron Islands, because it's like their timeline in the show is really weird, because they're pairing things that happened at like the beginning of book 4 with like stuff that happens like probably mid book 6. Like, so okay, now we know that Theon does probably end up going to the Iron Islands. I'm not going to say that this is a book spoiler just yet and confirm it. We don't know what George R. R. Martin is going to say. However, I do think that if they're having... I've always thought that Theon would maybe find his way back to the Iron Islands, because, honestly, he can throw a huge wrench into anyone's like anyone trying to get control of the Iron Islands. So like obviously now Euron Crow's Eye is back, and confirmation that Euron is the one that killed Balon. I think that this we can call it. I'm sorry. I mean, I know if people have their other theories and that kind of stuff, but this is just it's too much confirmation. It's kind of too on the nose from what other people have said and that I've agreed with, that yes, Euron is the one that killed Balon on the bridge. In the books, it looks like it could be an accident. In this, I'm glad that they actually showed the scene because they covered a lot of who Euron was, uh, even in just that one scene. Like they took they I was kind of really wondering how they were gonna like consolidate the Iron Islands, because basically what you saw with Euron and Balin, that's like about 3 or 4 chapters condensed into like one scene. Just in the sense of the information that you're getting. You're getting the hint that he's a brother. You're getting that he's insane. You're getting that he's maybe magical. You're getting that he will kill his brother for to get his own way. You're getting a lot of Euron Crow's Eye and kind of what he's all about. So, and you also know that Asha, or whoever they're calling her in the show now, Yara Greyjoy, which I don't. That's not even a real. Anyway, Asha Greyjoy or Yara Greyjoy, whichever you're talking about, of course, in the books and in the show, is making a contend for the islands. Damphair, though, the guy who officiated the funeral of Balon, um, he's amazing. Like the guy that they casted him in the show, he is an uncle to Yara or to Asha, whichever one. He's also an uncle to Theon as well, one of Balon's brothers, but he is a high priest. He used to be like this philanderer, drinker, and that kind of stuff, but then he had like this religious conversion where he drowned, and now he's a priest for the drowned god. Um, so really, this is all stuff that, like I said, like happened like at the beginning of book like 4. So this could have been like even 2 seasons ago that they started this, but now they're starting it, and I feel like it's cool because it does mean that the Ironborn are like basically um, going to be important in the big I feel like if they're putting this in, that means that the Ironborn storyline is important even in the books or in the show. It's like a broad stroke. It needs to be in there to for the rest of the story to work. So that kind of helps me. That helps me because even in the books, I was kind of like, why are these Ironborn like? Why is the Ironborn? So I feel like this is like a side story just for no reason. Um, Anyway, yeah, this show is amazing. I feel like we're actually going to really get to see it. Don't know if we're going to get Victarion. Probably not, since we have Yara and Theon. Theon going back to the Iron Islands. I think now, okay, basically this is how I think the North is going to go down. Jon is going to basically be in the North. He's going to get the wildlings under his control. The rest of the Night's Watch, who is basically, no one's going to doubt him anymore about loyalty because they think that he's immortal or something. Um, I think that Jon, like I said, will get that power. Possibly even start fighting against the White Walkers. I don't see him warring against the Boltons anytime soon. But that could be a possible. He could want to secure Winterfell because really Castle Black has. I mean, the wall is badly provisioned. There's not you can't defend it from the south side, like they said. So Winterfell was really the best bet to make like a stand against the White Walkers or any other enemies that can hit him from north, south, east, west, whatever. Um, so you have Jon heading towards Winterfell. Then you have Sansa wanting to probably take back Winterfell or raise the north. Plus, you have Littlefinger coming with a southern army to try to take back Winterfell. I think what we're going to see now is Sansa basically work her way. Sansa is going to. She's not going to trust Littlefinger anymore because he basically said, "Hey, stay up here with Ramsay and you'll be cool." And yeah, that didn't work out. Obviously, that did not work out by any means. So she's not going to trust Littlefinger anymore. But I think she's going to take all the teachings that she got from him and basically double cross him to get the power of the Vale and maybe even the North, unless Rickon or Jon Snow end up taking it or whatever. Um, and then you're going to see basically an alliance of like the Eyrie, possibly the Riverlands, and then the North. However, will that be used to fight against the Lannisters and Tyrells, or would that be used to fight against the White Walkers? That is yet to be seen. That I really don't know, but I think it's going to be awesome. Um, For next episode, I'll wait for the predictions to kind of let you guys know. Uh, but I think I do have another prediction for where they're going to go in the third episode. We'll be seeing more Jon Snow, definitely more Daenerys at this point because she definitely has a role to play in everything that's going down. Like I said, the end game is coming, you guys, and I am pretty stoked for it. This episode, while it wasn't perfect by any means, it did have a lot of shocking revelations in it, and I'm glad that we were able to watch it. So home, I'll give it from a preliminary standpoint. I would say that it is. I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10 because I feel like it was an average thing. There was things I liked about it. There was things I didn't like about it. Like I said, I'm not stoked about a couple of the storylines, but it was overall a pretty great episode. Gave us a lot to talk about. Longer than usual video. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. This is Oberyn Blackfire, and until then, Valar Morghulis.